Hi guys, it's me Teacher Gon. In our today's video, we will talk about how to calculate the mean, variance, and standard deviation. So in this video guys, we will divide this video into three parts. First, the calculation for mean. Second, the calculation for the variance. And third, the calculation for the standard deviation of the given group data. So without further ado, let's do this topic. Now, for the calculation of mean, we need this formula. Bar x, which represents the mean, is equal to the summation of fx over the summation of f. So what will happen here is that first we need to figure out what is the summation of f. Summation of f is the sum of all the frequencies that we have. So we have here 20 as the answer because I added 3 plus 1, which is 4, plus 4, which is 8, plus 5, that will give us 13, plus 2, this is 15, plus 5, that will give us 20. So we are done with this one. Now, for the summation of fx, what we need here is to sum up fx, all the values here. So kailangan natin makompleto itong column na to. First, we need to get the midpoint. So how do we get the midpoint? To get the midpoint, all you need to do is to add the endpoints of each class interval. Example, we have here 40 to 45 as your class interval. You need to add 40 plus 45 and then divided by 2. So that would be equal to 85 divided by 2, and 85 divided by 2, that is 42.5. This 42.5 will serve as the midpoint. Okay, 42.5. And now for the second class interval, we have 34 plus 39 divided by 2. So 34 plus 39 is simply 73 divided by 2, and 73 divided by 2. By the way guys, you can use your calculator. The 73 divided by 2 is simply 36.5. Tama ba? We have here 36.5. So this is our class interval. So now guys, as you can see, meron na tayong pattern para hindi nyo na isa-isayin to. Okay? Ang gagawin nyo lang dito, kung mapansin nyo, we have 42.5 and 36.5. You can subtract them, and as you can see, this 0. So yung 42 minus 36 natin is simply 6. So ang gagawin nyo lang dito, to get the next midpoint, you will subtract 6 from this. So itong 36.5 minus 6, that is 30.5. And for the next one, that would be 24.5. That is the midpoint of 22 to 27. And for this, we have 16 to 21 minus 6. This is 18.5. So here, 18.5 minus 6 for the midpoint of 10 to 15, that is 12.5. So ganun lang siya kasimple guys. Now, to finally get the fx, so we're done with the midpoint column. To get the fx, what we need to do is to multiply the midpoint and f, because this is frequency times midpoint. So we will multiply. So you can use your calculator. We have 42.5 times 3. So that would give us the answer of 127.5. So we have 127.5. Next, we have here 36.5. 36.5 times 1. Obviously, this is 36.5. Next, we have 30.5. Dito tayo. Times 4. That is 122. 122. Next, for this part, to get fx, we have 24.5 times 5. So that is, how many? Meron tayong nakuha decimal. Okay, we have our decimal So what will happen is, pwede natin gawin dito ay yung 1 decimal place lang, which is 100, wait lang ha, 3, 127.5, 36.5, this is 5, double check natin. Sorry, mali pala ako ng pagkakamultiply. We have 24.5 times 5, that is 122.5. Next, we have 18.5 times 2, that is equal to 37. Next, we have 12.5 times 5, that is 625. So, next natin ngayon is to get the summation of fx. So, what we need to do is to add these numbers. We have here 127.5 times, not times, plus 36.5 plus 122 plus 122.5 plus 37 plus 600. Oh no, sorry. This is not 625. So we have 12.5 times 5. This is simply 62.5. Okay? Sorry. I missed that. So continue natin. 127.5 plus 36.5 plus 122 plus 122.5 plus 37 plus 62.5, so that is equal to 508. Okay? So, now, as for this, ang gagawin natin ngayon is we will calculate now for the mean. Sa mean na tayo ngayon. For the mean, what we need to do is to substitute the value. So we have here bar x is equal to summation of fx, which is 508, over your EF, summation of f, which is 20. So what you need to do here is to use again your calculator if you want. That is 508 divided by 20, and that would give us the answer of 24.5. So meaning guys, yung ating x bar here is equal to 25.4. This is the mean of this given group data. In the next part of our video, we will talk about how to get the variance and standard deviation. Now, let's continue our video. Ang target naman natin ngayon dito is to calculate for the variance. And right now, we have the formula variance is equal to the summation of f times x minus x bar squared over the summation of f minus 1. Here guys, before we use this formula, kailangan muna nating ma-compute yung different columns na meron tayo. So as you can see, in this formula, kailangan natin yung value nitong x minus x bar raised to 2. Pero before that, kailangan muna natin makuha yung value ng ating x minus x bar, and then yung value ng ating x minus x bar squared, and then eventually yung f times x minus x bar squared. Hindi siya ganun kahirap. Medyo mahaba lang yung process because we're doing group data. And bear with me guys, kasi napaka-useful nitong steps na gagawin natin. So sir, para saan po ito? This will serve for the column of your mean. Ang mean natin kanina guys, so let me remember our mean kanina. Yung mean natin is equal to, what's the value of it? The mean is equal to, ito lang, kinukuha ko lang yung value natin ha. the mean is equal to this. The mean is 25.4. So we have here 25.4. Okay? So lahat yan, gawin natin 25.4 para hindi tayo mahirapan. 25.4, 25.4, 25.4, 25.4. Sa iba, they're not requiring this column, but in our tutorial, ito yung pinaka-target, kasama natin yung 25.4. So what will happen is that as you can see, meron tayong x minus x bar. Ang ibig sabihin nito, midpoint minus your mean. So we have here the midpoint which is, anin ko lang calculate natin. You can use your calculator, guys. We have 42.5 minus 25.5, or 25.4. And that is 17.1. Pwede nyo gawin dito, para hindi matrabaho ito yung mga technique na pwede nyo gawin. You can complete this first, and then complete this, and complete this. Pwede nyo gawin to pwede nyo kumpletuhin to muna, followed by this column and this column. But in our case, para mas mapadali ang ating trabaho, I will go horizontally. Okay? After I calculated x minus x bar, I will calculate for x minus x bar squared. Wherein, yung makukuha natin value dito, i-square lang natin, or simply, you will multiply it by itself. Okay? So yung ating 17.1, okay? We have 17.1, squared natin siya. Square natin siya, okay? So I hope na nakikita nyo yung ginagawa ko dito ngayon, guys. I-square natin siya. So the answer is, gawin natin dito, kunin natin yung 2 decimal places niya. And the answer is 292.41. And then after that, para makuha nyo to, i-multiply nyo siya gamit yung frequency, which is times 3. So gawin natin ngayon dito, times 3. So makuha natin ngayon ay 877.23. Hanggang sa makompleto nyo siya. So let's continue with the next part. Ito naman, we have 36.5 minus 25.4. And that would give us the answer of 11.2. Next, 11.2. Next natin is, square natin yung 11.2. Square 11.2. And the answer is 125.44. Sana marunong kayo gumamit ng inyong calculator kasi isa yun sa mga pwede nyong edge when you're doing this part. Next naman natin, ito naman, 30.5 minus 25.4. And that is 5.1. Okay, 5.1. Kaya itong ginagawa ko para sa akin kasi mas madali itong part na to. And then yung answer natin is to be raised by 2 or multiplied by itself. That is 26.01. And then, yung 26.01 natin, multiply natin by the frequency, which is 4. And that is 104.04. Sorry, I forgot. Sorry. Dapat dito tayo. 104.04. And for this part, nakalimutan ko, 125.44 times 1, that is also 125.44. So let's continue. So we have 24.5, magiging negative to guys. 24.5 minus 25.4. Meron tayo negative 0.9. Okay? Negative 0.9. Pero okay mag-alala kasi meron naman tayong square. I-square natin yung answer. So we have now 0.81. So check natin double check nyo, baka magkakamali tayo. So tama tayo. Now, what's next? Ay i-multiply naman natin yung 0.81 by 5 by the frequency times 5. So that is 4.05. Next, ito naman, 18.5 minus 25.4, tama? That is negative 6.9. Kailangan tama itong column nyo kasi tinitignan din ng mga teacher yan. Next, ito naman, i-square natin yung answer natin. Square, that is 47.61. Okay? Next, multiply this by the frequency which is 2. So times 2. So 47.61 times 2, that is 95. 95.22. Next, last na lang natin itong gagawin, guys. 12.5 minus 25.4, that is negative 12.9. And then, yung answer natin is square natin. So this is 166.41. So after this, yung 166 natin is multiplied by 5, by the frequency which is 5. So this is 832.05. Now let me check our answer kung tama tayo. Kasi crucial yan, guys. Kailangan tama yung mga sagot natin dyan. Okay. Now, so what's next here is, ito na, yung kailangan natin sa formula natin. Kailangan natin makuha yung summation nito. We need to add all these numbers. So, let me erase this muna. Magkaroon tayo ng space at makita niyo yung pinakasagot natin dito. So, we have the summation of f times x minus x bar raised to 2. So, add natin lahat yan using our scientific calculator. So, we have now, medyo mahaba pero bear with me, 877.23 plus 125.44 plus 104.04, okay, plus 4.05 plus 95.22 plus 832.05 is equal to 2,000. Lagi ko lang sa baba, 2,038.03. Ito ngayon yung magiging value na i-substitute natin dito. So, to solve for the variance, palitan natin, that is 2,038.03 over yung ating 20 minus 1. Yung summation of f natin is this, and then minus 1. So, that is 2,038 minus 03 over 19. So, what we need to do is to divide the answer by 19. And the answer is 107.264736. So, kunin lang natin yung two decimal places natin. So, yung ating variance right now is equal to 107.26. Ito yung sagot natin. Okay? Now, if i-continue natin yung video natin, okay? Yung ating standard deviation naman, so saan mo pa pwedeng ilagay? Dito na natin lagay. Standard deviation is equal to the square root of your variance. Continue natin dito. Hindi natin pahabain pa. Now, so paano nga insert? So, you will put this value inside the radical sign. So, kung natin square root, the square root versus the square root sign. The square root of 107.26, and that is 10.356640. Medyo mahaba. I-round off natin into two decimal places. So, yung standard deviation natin ngayon is simply equal to 10.36. And this is the final answer for that. So, mahaba yung way natin, guys, di ba? Again, after getting the variance, para makuha mo yung standard deviation, simply get the square root of it. And that's it, guys. So, I hope, guys, na you learned something from this very long video on how to calculate the mean, variance, and standard deviation of a group data. So, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to like and subscribe at i-hit mo na yung bell button for you to be updated sa ating latest uploads. Again, it's me, Teacher Gon. Maraming salamat. Bye!